Yes.
not feeling too good about what the groundhog may or may not see and what it means for the weather, regardless. But PETA has decided to once again jump up in defense of little old Phil. And they actually sent a letter to our sister station, 100.1 FM, AM 1020, KDKA.
Well, Larry's like the guy.
Well, yeah. And
he's been like the MC up there, right?
Yes. And they sent a letter saying, times change, traditions evolve, it's long overdue for Phil to be retired. As a prey species, groundhogs actively avoid humans, yada, 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 yada. It's no kind of life for these animals. Using technologically advanced electromechanical devices, such as animatronics instead of live animals, is more popular than ever. We even have the technology to create an animatronic groundhog with artificial intelligence that could actually predict the weather. An AI Phil would renew interest in Punxsutawney and generate a great deal of buzz.
As if there's not any interest in people stop what they're doing on Groundhog's Day on the national news and in Pennsylvania and travel there and see if some goof with a funny tall hat is going to pull an animal out of a hole. I don't think there needs to be renewed interest, PETA. I think the interest is already there. That's first of all. Second of all, somebody told me this morning when I brought this story up to them that the average life of a groundhog, not living in the library, is 3 years. This groundhog has lived for like 106 years. This Phil, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Might be a bit of an over-exaggeration, but yeah, he's been around a long time.
You don't know it's not the same groundhog. You don't know. You don't know. It's not like Ugga and Ugga 1 and Ugga 2 and Ugga whatever. This is just Punxsutawney Phil. But we do know the average life of a groundhog who lives out behind your house is 3 years.
Right.
I seem to think the one that lives in the library, one, lives a better life.
Less chance of getting splatted on the road.
Right. He's not going to get run over by a car. He's not going to get eaten by a coyote. He's not going to get jammed up or
the worst thing he has to deal with is, like you said, some guy in a funny outfit.
Lifting him up.
Pulling him up out of a tree trunk once a year and flashbulbs going off.
PETA is off base here, as they are with a lot of things. So, no. And here's kind of the bigger issue here. Nobody wants to see an animatronic groundhog be lifted up by the funny guy. By the funny hat guy.
What if they made it an animatronic groundhog and just didn't tell any of us and is like to see if we would be able to tell?
It wouldn't move the right way. You ever see those animatronic things? They don't move smoothly. You could tell a million miles away. You know what this made me think of? And we love him. I love him. I think he's the best guy ever. Remember when Mackey threw a fit about the Penguins out on the ice? The real Penguins? He was all out against it. They had the outdoor game. There was he was mad. He was real mad.
A lot of people got mad.
Well, there's a history of that not turning out well for the Penguins in this city. The actual penguin animal.
Mackey was one of those guys on PETA's side, real bad, because the fireworks went off and they got a little spooked. The Penguins did. They were waddling out there. You know, I mean, I get it. I understand. But, I mean, he was over the top with it. And there were some people that were so mad, like, I can't believe what they're doing to these Penguins. They're walking out there at Heinz Field, and it's cold, and oh, my gosh, and oh, goodness. You know, there's some things in life, and now that this has me irked a little bit. There's some things in life it's okay to just leave okay. And a groundhog in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, living in a library wherever he lives, that some guy reaches in and lifts up once a year, and the cameras take a picture, and it's a nice old tradition or whatever. Is it just okay to leave okay? Like, I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. Is he live a terrible life with that?
No. I mean, if PETA wants to come up with their suggestions, they can suggest things all they want. I'm not mad at them either. I mean, they can do their thing, and we all know what to expect from PETA.
I'll be an audience for PETA if they come up with a tail of the tape, like you see before a boxing match, a side-by-side study on the benefits of the animatronic guy in allowing the groundhog just to live out in the woods, and the benefits of this guy that he realizes in the library. Like, which life is worse? I may be totally off base. He may have a terrible life in the library. But if I'm a groundhog, like, close your eyes and envision. Just say, I'm a groundhog. Like, envision being a groundhog. Do you want to live out in the woods on a day like today? Or and I know it's Punxsutawney, so it's not a metropolitan area. Or do you want to live in a building in Punxsutawney? Like, I'm going for the building, man.
I don't know. PETA says being relegated to a library habitat for most of the days of the year doesn't allow him or the other groundhog in residence there to dig, burrow, or forage. It's no kind of life for these animals.
Maybe he doesn't want to burrow, forage, or dig. Maybe he just wants to be freaking warm. I mean, I'm serious.
I'm fat.
Right.
Here's the end point for this whole thing. The end game is the people in Punxsutawney don't care for your suggestion of a robot Punxsutawney Phil.
Have you ever been to that?
No.
I have not. My friends have.
I have friends who've gone as well.
A big booze fest. I mean, let's call it what it is.
Standing in the cold, getting drunk.
Yeah, I mean, which is like
pretty much every
football.
tailgate party
Yes.
we've ever been to.
So there's no need to change it. We were going to go there. You know, Devin Mesoraco's dad invited us up to a big party up there. You remember that? We've got to figure that out.
I remember that almost came to be.
It almost did. We need to make that happen at some point. So
I got to be honest. I have zero interest. I'm
you
freaked
do?
out by the whole thing.
So hold on. This is interesting now. You're part of this younger demographic that PETA claims has no interest in Punxsutawney Phil.
I think it's just totally weird.
But it's not. But if they infused an animatronic one, it wouldn't
Would
make
that
you
gain
go
your interest?
more.
Yeah, right. No, it would not. No.
Yeah.
It would
So you don't care either way.
No, I think it's just a weird.
It is kind of
What
weird.
if they dragged a more interesting animal out of a hole, Matt?
Like
Would
a
that get you?
giraffe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, change it up.
Make the guys work for it. Put a hippopotamus down in that hole.
I want to see a guy wrangle a hippo.
Right. Boa constrictor. Put some danger into this.
In the middle of the Pennsylvania wilderness, just
Right,
a rhino.
Fight a bear off.
Cheetah.
Yeah.
Right. Put a cheetah. Put a cornered cheetah down there. See if that guy wants to tell me what the weather's going to be for a couple months.
It's going to just stay cold, okay?
Right.
Don't worry,
Yeah, we're
everybody.
good.
It's going to stay cold.
We're fine.
The cheetah says it's cold.